So pretty much everything that I said last week in my Mushoku Tensei video, it all came to light this week. Everything that I said, from us learning about GHISLAINE, even though she did not show up. I said one of two things: either she's gonna show up or Rudy or Eris is going to bring it up. And that is literally, quite literally what happened in like the first 5-6 minutes, right? It wasn't, some crazy backstory. It was just why Gius is just, not that big of a fan of his little sister. And that was another shocking thing. I thought she was just gonna be, maybe the village chief's daughter, or just random girl number 7 in the village who decided to go off and become strong. But much like Tona, she was a little wild and didn't really want to learn anything at first. So I think that was a very interesting detail that they brought up. For the most part, we were just chilling in the Dolia village, watching Eris train Tona, watching them have a spat and eventually hash it out, which was really cool. Watching Rudy be the ridiculously idiotic perv that he is, but also showing some insight, which I think is a cool contrast to his character. I think that's one of his strong points, is no matter how depraved he is, there's that side of him that shows, a little bit of wisdom. I think that's quite the contrast to the Rudy that we know. Also, who was the swordsman that took in GHISLAINE? Could it potentially have been the North God? Or what is the sword style that GHISLAINE is prevalent in? Is it the North God style, or was that Paul? It's either the demon god or the sword god, one of them. I'm not sure which one it is. Somebody in the comment section is going to remind me, of course, and I always appreciate that. But before we get too deep into all of the topics that I have for today's video, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy xDomoSenpaix, and we are here with episode 15 of Mushoku Tensei. Now, if you are new to the channel and have yet to subscribe, make sure you go down below, hit the link in the description or the red subscribe button. Either one to help me towards that cause of becoming a full-time content creator. That is my lofty goal, and it's something that I don't take lightly. So continue to support me, continue to hit the subscribe button, continue to share this video, continue to do everything that you've been doing to support me in, in doing what I love to do most, which is make videos. So let's get into a few of the topics that I have written down, because I'm tired of being all over the place with my videos. I mean, I think it's cool. Well, I thought it was cool being sporadic and just randomly bringing things up, but I kind of want to have a structure, because think about it, right? There's kind of a structure to my video. It's like a quick summary of what we've seen, introduction, the content portion, and then the outro to the video. That's kind of how I structure my videos, but I want to have it a little more detailed now, so I don't lose track of where I'm at, because I tend to do that when I'm in a video. Like I'll go on a rant about something, and then I'll be like, damn, what was I supposed to be talking about here? And then I forget, and then the video ends. So I'm writing down and taking notes. I'm gonna start doing that while watching the episode, so that way we can get things pretty much in order. But let's actually, jump into episode 15. So we were chilling in the Dolia village for majority of it. Things that I also really enjoyed was that we learned about GHISLAINE, because she was a bit of a mystery. We just knew she was strong and that she has quite the figure. Other than the ass portion, that was kind of weird. GHISLAINE is nonetheless a beauty to behold, and one of my favorite characters in this anime because of how cool she is. And also finding out that Gius, the guy that brought Rudy to this village, he knocked him out and brought him to the village, is actually GHISLAINE's older brother. That was quite the thing to learn, because it's just like we seen in his expression when he asked about the ring that Eris had, like, yo, that's a ring from the Dolia village, how'd you get that? And Eris goes to explain, like, GHISLAINE gave this to me, she's my instructor, this, that, and the third, yada yada yada. And he kind of was pissed off, like, oh, so GHISLAINE, huh? And then we have the conversation. Eris exploded about that. She went off. But the thing is, Gius did not know what became of GHISLAINE. He was more so of the mindset that GHISLAINE didn't want to guard the village and she abandoned us. So there's no way GHISLAINE can become somebody worthy of respect. And Rudy was like, nah, bro, she's not only respected by us, she's also my student in magic and writing. And Gius was utterly surprised by that, because he explained it that, she was unruly, she didn't want to learn shit, and she just neglected all of her duties. She was rabid and didn't want to do anything. So some dude some swordsman who I will get into later because I'm pretty curious as to what he is, because the sequencing kind of hints at who he is, right? Towards what or who he is. And that's how GHISLAINE left the village, and that's what Gius, thought about it. So him realizing that GHISLAINE is someone worthy of respect kind of opened his eyes to just what she has gone through and dealt with over the past however many years it's been since she left. And I also think what opened his eyes was how Tona took to Eris and them training and him watching them train, because he was just like, Tona never wanted to train with the sword. And the idea of GHISLAINE being Eris's master and watching them train, I'm pretty sure that was one of the things that was just like, damn, so GHISLAINE really is something, huh? I thought these aspects were so tight in this episode because it adds a new perspective to just who GHISLAINE is, and that shit's tight. Watching Eris and Tona and what was her name? Tersena, I believe. So I'm gonna call her Sena. So we got Sena and Tona, right? Tona being Gius' daughter. Watching them all become friends was sick. Like, it was really, really, really cool because Eris has always been the rough and I like to stay to myself, I don't like people type person. And you've watched her grow over the season, and I think that is a positive for her because she held back when her and Tona got into it over them having to leave the village. Because Tona's like, I want you to stay here forever so that way you can keep training me because we're friends. And Eris is just like, man, I can't do that because I have a home I have to go to as well. And they had a spat over it. And Sena, being as young as she is, she has a sense of maturity about her that's just like, yo, we can't do this with them because they're cool people. And she took a secret liking to Rudy and Eris because you've seen Rudy has been making these dolls this whole time, and Sena kind of was like, oh, I like that, that's cool, and made her own. So I think Sena, being the mature one, really grounded Tona so that way her and Eris could hash it out and become friends again. And like I said, it's big growth for Eris because that would have never happened before. Another thing that caught my attention was towards the end when Rudy noticed that Ruijerd and the old Dodian chief became really good friends, shaking hands and bonding over stuff. And I think it's because of their views on protecting people. The Dodian chief having to be the one to protect the village and keep an eye out, and Ruijerd being one who doesn't let people get away with bullshit, especially when it comes to children. I think that was a big reason as to why they bonded so fast. Funny enough, the monkey man escapes and comes and joins us on our way. And another thing that kind of like blew me back was I remember the lady saying the sacred beast is usually born and then he travels with the hero. So is Rudy not the hero? Because you would think that the beast was supposed to travel with us. That kind of like tilted me because I wanted him to join us because I thought it was sweet. And I know what I said in one of the last videos, it was just like, man, I don't think the monkey man's gonna join us because I just don't think he fits the crew. And he was one of those characters that was like, all right, I'm here now and now I'm gone. So I was wrong about that. But him joining us gave me insight on a lot of stuff, because had he not joined us, we would have seen that tombstone looking item and just passed it like, oh yeah, this is whatever. But he explained to us that these are the 7 great powers or the 7 strongest fighters in the world. You got the technique god, you got the dragon god, you got the battle god, demon god, death god. That shit sounds absolutely tight. I love when death god is used in that format. Sword god and north god. So from what I know, at least from what we know, the north god is the sword style that the pirate guy used in a fight against us. So he was like a student of the North God or whatever, like saint level. I remember somebody in the comment section explaining that. Death God sounds sick. I feel like we've seen the Dragon God before. Did we not at the end of episode 11? Did we not see the Dragon God? I need to know who the Technique God is, the Battle God is, the Death God, because that just sounds cool as hell. I hope it's not somebody lame. And then the Sword God. Paul is not any of these, right? Paul can't be any of these. As strong as he is and as much of a battle genius that he is, Battle God sort of fits him, or maybe Technique God, but we'll figure that out later. Other than that, it was a lot of information this episode, and I'm glad that they filled us in on a lot of details that I was really looking forward to. And the next one is a family squabble. That's the next episode. So are we headed to meet with some of the family, and are we gonna learn about what happened? It's Eris, not us. We already know. Is Eris gonna learn about what happened to her grandpa that she loved oh so much. Hopefully we figure that out in the next episode, but that's all we got for today. I think this was more of a structured video than I expected it to be, and it's longer than I expected it to be. I hate making long videos, but if you are new to the channel and have yet to subscribe, make sure you go down below, hit the link in the description, or the red subscribe button, either one to help me towards that cause of reaching my goal, which is to become a full-time content creator. I want to get to 1 million. I'm accepting no less, and I'm not striving for less. So continue to subscribe, continue to share this, continue to like the video, get me in the algorithm, and let's get these numbers up. Let's run it up, man. Let's run it up. If there was anything that I forgot or anything that I did not mention that you thought was important, make sure you let me know in the comment section below. It's always cool to have discussions down there. It's always, that's my thing. I love it. As always, it's your boy, xDomoSenpaix, and I will catch you guys in the next video.